Good afternoon, our wonderful fellow YouTube watching American patriots. We are back once again. We are true conservative Asian voice in America. In this video presentation, we would like to share with you a news that we just have received popping out from South Korean media. Moon Jae-In, he is the National Security Advisor to the South Korean President Moon Jae-In. So, Moon Jae-In, this guy is South Korean counterpart to our National Security Advisor, John Bolton. This guy appeared in South Korean major media news interview, and he said when Moon Jae-in of South Korea, that evil and crafty deceiver of South Korea, when he goes to the White House to have a meeting with our President Donald Trump, President Moon Jae-in will teach or educate our President Donald Trump on what the true meaning of denuclearizing North Korea means. The correct definition of denuclearizing North Korea. Can you believe this little midget of South Korea was saying? He was trying to belittle our President Donald Trump even before the crafty and evil liar of Moon Jae-in, liar of South Korea Moon Jae-in, even was scheduled to leave the South Korean airport to fly over to the White House. This guy must have been just joking. He must have been just kidding. Or he was suffering major case of Alzheimer or something. He's totally brainless. He didn't know. I hope he didn't know what he was talking about. Definitely he was trying to belittle our President Donald Trump. But this guy surely sounded like an Alzheimer patient. This guy is a total dork, total dumbass advising Moon Jae-in of South Korea. No wonder Moon Jae-in is total dumbass also. He truly doesn't understand what kind of authority and what kind of power the President of the United States has. The President of the United States, Donald Trump, is the President of the whole world. He's in the ultimate control. He's like a captain pilot. He's in the control cockpit. He controls the whole world's affairs. And this guy, he says, oh, President Trump and Kim Jong-Un did not know the true meaning of denuclearizing North Korea during first and second summit that happened in Singapore and Hanoi, Vietnam. Basically, that's what this guy was saying in that interview in South Korea. So he would come to, Moon Jae-in would come to the White House and he will teach him and educate our President Donald Trump. Total nonsense, utter nonsense, stupidity, dumbass statement. President Trump, if you are watching this video presentation, I would like to give you quick advice. When Moon Jae-in of South Korea, that evil and crafty deceiver of South Korea, comes to the White House to have a meeting with you, you know what? The moment he walks into the White House, the moment you see him, just slap him on his face real hard slap him. That will give him bloody nose. And bring him down on his knees. Bring him down to his knees and make him cry. And teach him who the true president of the whole world is. So that when he goes back to South Korea after meeting you, he will teach that Moon Jae-In guy not to say stupid statements, not to say stupid things anymore. Never again about you. Just slap him in his face and teach him the lesson. You are the president. You are the president of the United States, the most powerful, the strongest nation in the whole world, and you are the president of the whole world. And there was another news coming out from South Korea. It's about Kim Hyun-jong. Kim Hyun-jong is undersecretary, working under, just one step subordinate to Moon Jae-In. So he is a undersecretary of National Security Advising Team of South Korea. This guy, he came over to the United States and had a meeting with our Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, Interim Secretary of Defense, Shanahan, and he even had a Secretary, John Bolton, the National Security Advisor, John Bolton. And he insisted to all of them that if a third summit happens, if it is possible for a third summit between President Trump and Kim Jong-Un of North Korea happens, it has to be top-down negotiation once again, just like it was in Singapore and Hanoi Summit. But President Trump, after walking away from Hanoi Summit, after that abrupt termination of Hanoi Summit, President Trump handed Kim Jong-un of North Korea a document which said, this was your very last chance to have a face-to-face meeting with me, and you blew it. So from this point on, in the future, all negotiation between U.S. and North Korea, negotiating teams, will be bottom-up negotiation, no longer top-down. He told them that in writing. But this Kim Hyun-jong guy, he's saying, basically what he's saying is, well, Secretary Pompeo, Secretary Shanahan, Mr. Bolton, we don't want to go by what President Trump dictated in that document that was handed to Kim Jong-un personally. It has to be, if third summit between President Trump and Kim Jong-un is possible, it still has to be top-down. He insisted on top-down negotiation once again. And then when he went back to South Korea, after meeting those three U.S. representatives, our secretaries, and Mr. Bolton, he appeared in South Korean news media interview once again, and while laughing, he says, oh, when I went to the United States, I met these three important people and I told them the third possible summit must be top-down negotiation again. Because if it happens to be top-down negotiation once again, just like in Singapore and Hanoi Summit, there's always chance that President Trump with impulsive personality, he will make a mistake, and he might commit a mistake of agreeing to lift anti-North Korea economic and financial sanctions by a mistake. So to increase the possibility of President Trump making such impulsive mistake, we should insist on top-down negotiation for possible third summit between President Trump and Kim Jong-Un of North Korea. Does it sound like another puppet of Kim Jong-Un? Yeah. All these three guys, Moon Jae-in, the South Korean president, Moon Jong-in, his national security advisor, and this Kim Hyun-jong guy, undersecretary, working for Kim Jong-un, Moon Jong-in. These all three guys are puppets whose strings are pulled by Kim Jong-un of North Korea and Xi Jinping of China. It's so clear. It's so clear to see that. President Trump, teach him a lesson. When Moon Jae-in of South Korea, that evil and crafty deceiver and liar of South Korea, comes to the White House, teach all of them a lesson by slapping Moon Jae-in on his face, and teach him who the real educator, who the real teacher is. Boom! Slap him on his face. Give him a bloody nose. Let him wipe his bloody nose, blood from his nose on his shirt. And make him cry. Make him to ask you for forgiveness. President Trump, please forgive me. Forgive my guy's stupidities. My guy's stupidity. Make him into a clown when he comes to the White House. President Trump, you are smart. You are our smart, respected leader. Teach them. Teach them. You are the one who holds the ultimate authority and power in the whole world, including all the affairs that happen in Asian continent. Thank you. Thank you, our fellow wonderful YouTube watching American patriots. Let's all hope and pray that our President Donald Trump will show his true identity as the world leader, as the world's president, to teach Moon Jae-in of South Korea what he has done wrong. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video presentation.